It ain't looking too good for Diddy, guys. It ain't looking too good for Diddy. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali, daily and consistent content, guys. Let's get straight into this video and get into some madness where we have some lawyers, OJ's lawyers specifically, coming to speak out and are worried for him. OJ Simpson's lawyer, guys, has a major warning about what's next for P. Diddy despite a mixed verdict. He goes on to say, whether or not he had a criminal history, I don't know. That could raise it. But having said that, and having seen that this Judge Arun did not release him on bail, I think a message may be coming that you're going to be spending a lot more time behind bars. So no reason to let you come out and come back in. Robert Shapiro is no stranger to high profile cases, as he's one of the key members of OJ's, and his colleagues were successful in defending him. However, he is worried for Sean Combs, who can face up to 4 to 5 but maximum of 20 years, basically stating that based on the judge. If the judge looks at that tape in his mind and is reminded about it again, I think there is a real chance that a substantial sentence will be forthcoming. And this is what I believe, guys. I do believe that the judge is going to look at all of this information again. He's not pleased also by what the jurors are saying. That guy who looks like Mr. Bean running his mouth. Then on top of that, that video will come to his mind. He's already said that Diddy is a danger to the community. These are his own words. This is why he's denied him bail. Because if this man has been acquitted from RICO, why is he not out? Of course, he's guilty on 2 counts, but why is he not out? Why would the judge not just let him be out until his sentencing? Because he knows that this man is a danger to the community, citing Diddy's lawyer's words against them. So I do believe that when this sentencing is going to happen, I do hope, and I also do believe that Diddy is going to receive the maximum amount that the judge is going to give him. That is up to the judge, thankfully, not these corrupt jurors who I believe just were purely impatient, misogynistic, wanted to wrap things up quite quickly and just were not understanding of the full definition of the terms. Like I don't disagree with in regards to Jane, but I definitely agree in regards to Cassie, and for the fact that I do believe that she was trafficked. I mean, the fact that she was kept in hotel rooms, beaten up, DV, all of that is basically underlining and trafficking. Just because she was wanting to do the freak-offs, evidently she was following Diddy's orders to get these men because that's what he wanted. She did that stuff when he wanted, and I feel like people keep missing that. And people who keep screaming DV, this is a DV case, if you're admitting that this is a DV case, then you're also admitting that she basically can't consent because she is somebody under a force of violence continuously, because that is the relationship that you lot are even describing. Those who want to support Diddy, it genuinely, guys, makes no sense to me when people make those kind of remarks and perspectives. So a lot of lawyers are chiming in, big time lawyers, saying they're worried for Diddy, that it's not good news for him, that the sentencing is not really good for him. And I feel like his lawyers are kind of helping him, coach him in this moment of time. He wants to do these extra months because he feels like it's going to be added to his credit anyways. He's going to be in jail and he believes that he won't be getting 20 years. So we're going to see what this man gets. I don't think he's going to get 20 years. That's a bit too optimistic, but I do think that this judge is pissed with him, does not like him, doesn't like the way that this is ran, doesn't like what the jurors have stated, and will basically look into stuff as time goes on. I think in this moment of time as well, the judge probably might have some kind of connection with Diddy and his team, or Diddy is trying to make that happen to reduce a sentence, because you know how this judiciary corruption works. Now, somehow Epstein, guys, is moving money. And apparently the judge has said that he has no idea how this has happened, and that how this is happening, that large amounts of money keep being moved from accounts. Evidently, I feel like this man is still alive. This man is living on some kind of island and was faked his death, and money is being moved so that he can use his money and continue to. The judge is being paid off, which is what I mean by judiciary corruption. And I think that this story is ridiculous. They're laughing in our faces. First, you show pictures of this man laying dead in a cell, which looked nothing like him. And then suddenly there was a list that's meant to come out. The list is now not coming out anymore. We're meant to shut up about it and keep quiet. And now you want to tell us that money is just being moved between accounts and you don't know how, and we're meant to just agree that a judge doesn't know how, like documents and receipts can clearly be there. I just think they're laughing in our faces, disrespecting us. That man is alive, living his best life. He sorted out a deal to basically off himself, to basically take away the pressure so he can keep doing what he was doing right to this day. Ghislaine Maxwell has spoken and said that she wants to speak up about the client list, Daily Mail is reporting. Now, this is dangerous because what do you want to say? Why do you want to speak up about lists? If there was no list, she wouldn't even be in jail. So she even knows herself that basically they're taking her for a ride, they're taking him for a ride, and they're laughing in our faces. So she wanting now to publicly want to declare things to the world about this list is worrying. And so Daily Mail reporting this, I do believe this to be true, but I don't think that she's even going to be able to do that. There were higher ups and executives that don't want their names exposed because she was definitely selling minors to multiple of these people around us, and she now wants to say something about it. I'm here for it. Come on, Ghislaine, speak up from your cell and say something, but they're not going to let her do that because before she gets to that podium and says anything, they're going to offer or they're going to play some story. They're going to play some story, guys. She's rotting away in jail. That man did not take his own life. He knows way too much to take his own life. How did you... this man was a mathematician teacher, and then suddenly he was working from a mathematician teacher for foreign countries to exploit America. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, guys, there has been a response from Jay-Z's response, who, in regards to Rhaenyra, said that it's fabricated and ridiculous. I believe the godmother has responded in regards to Jay-Z's case via a YouTube video, and she has stated that she keeps on getting phone calls, that the FBI kind of involved, and that she is getting these phone calls from people basically via Rock Nation to say, go away from me with this, pack this up, wrap up this conversation, and stop making this an issue. Basically, threats is what she is receiving. Similar to that Jane Doe who came through with that lawsuit via Busby. She had people come to her door. She had these random private investigators who were external, basically putting up these recordings of her saying that she made this up and etc. And so I do feel like when Jay-Z and his team do stuff like this, why are you trying to hide something? Like, if you're so fruitful in justice and truth, you wouldn't need to hire external powers or internal powers within Rock Nation to follow people, phone them, and send threats and etc. You don't need to do stuff like that. Like, I honestly find it to be so bizarre that you do it. It reeks of guilt. It's like when Jay-Z's lawyer was like, Diddy and Jay-Z were never friends. Like, you lot were friends, bro. You didn't need to say any of that. You didn't need to say any of that. It just makes you look even more guilty when you do stuff like that. It's unnecessary. And I feel like you would know this because you are somebody who has great PR connects, but clearly your team aren't advising you. And so, Rhaenyra is not letting up with this case. It's building steam. Jay-Z responding also has built so much steam via US Weekly. But apparently, Rhaenyra's family is being followed. There are threats. There are phone calls, also via the FBI kind of involved. And people from Rock Nation are phoning her to say, leave this whole stuff away, take it away. I just don't know why Jay-Z would be doing stuff like this. Like, come on. Like, this reeks of guilty behavior. It reeks of you trying to shut things down and using your connections, and that you're just kind of worried. One thing I know is that this particular year, the problems are piling up for Jay-Z. The lawsuit with Cash App, where he was mentioned, and they've just settled with these investors. And so you settle because you've done things wrong. These financial lawsuits, the lawsuit, everything is just building up this year. There's always, whenever I read anything about Jay-Z and Rock Nation, they're always in some kind of legal mess. That's what I've noticed in the past 6 to 8 months. And I think that it's only going to increase and just get worse. That's basically what this is giving. Diddy sentencing, October 3rd. I really wish they just expedite that, because we're now in middle of July. We've got, I don't even know the months. June, August. Wow. August, September. We've got August and September, guys. 2 months and a half before we get into that. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.